This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Tom Brady was asked about his offseason, which included all kinds of things from retiring to unretiring to possibly joining the Dolphins, possibly being part owner, all these kind of different things. And I am, I've talked about this many times over. There's a lot of negatives about getting old. Okay. Your body starts to break down and all that good stuff. And maybe you're not the same person you used to be. You can't do all the things you used to. Can't go out as late as you used to. You just there are things you just can't do you used to do, right? And it happens to all of us. Well, one of the things that does help you being old is perspective. And you live, you learn, you experience it, and then maybe you're able to handle all these kind of things in a better way. And so I am, enjoying all of this because they asked Tom Brady about was there any connection with the Dolphins in the offseason about you joining them, right? We're going to play that audio cut for you now so you can check it out and hear Tom Brady's the question, response, the exchange, all of that. It's about I don't know about a minute and 40 seconds or something like that, 2 minutes or something. Yeah, it's about 150. Okay, so listen to it in its entirety and I am going to hopefully bring a little let's go with reality and balance to everything when it's all said and done. Fire away, the one and only Sean Stanley.
The game. And I true to the reports that at some point you were interested in becoming a part of the Miami Dolphins in any situation, in any circumstance. Any truth to those reports, Tom?
About me going to
joining the Dolphins in any capacity?
I mean, I had a lot of conversations with a lot of people, as I've had for the last 3 or 4 years in my career, about different opportunities when I'm done playing football. So I kind of made a decision of what I'd like to do, and I'll get to be in the game of football. And I think for me the most important thing is where I'm at now, and what I hope to do for this team. That's been my commitment to this team and organization. It's been so much fun for me to come here 2 years ago. It's been almost 2.5 years now, and it's been an incredible part of my football journey. And it's not over, and we still got a lot to accomplish. So I got a long life ahead, and there's a lot of fun things to do ahead. I'm looking forward to what's ahead in football, but at the same time, none of us are promised much beyond what we have now, and this is the current moment, and I'm really excited about going out there to try to compete and win a championship.
And I know that Dave Hyde wrote an article today talking about it, and he's written in the past, and things have been written nationally about all kinds of things, from Sean Payton to Tom Brady. But here's the thing: here's the facts. None of it happened, and we don't know what would have happened even if you bring those guys. Maybe it works out. Did you think it was going to work out when Jimmy Johnson took over and said we were going to be special? Did you think it was going to work out when Nick Saban signed here and 7 teams were fighting for him and Miami won the battle over the last couple of years of 7 different teams trying to lure him there and Wayne was the only one? When Parcells came, over here, did you think it was going to work out? These are things that I'm not telling you it was going to fail, but I'm just telling you that we traded for Hugh Green, and I thought I was going to watch Hugh Green, and he goes and blows out his knee. See what I'm saying? I remember Pat Riley trading for Dan Marley, and he blows out his back, and we never got Thunder Dan. We got 3-point Dan. And so we make a big ado about nothing in the end. Because it's all a waste. Look, Dave Hyde has to write the article. It's the off season. He's got to fill space. There's not a lot of things to talk about right now. But I'll tell you what I told you a couple of months ago when all this other stuff started airing before. None of it matters. Wasn't Marino supposed to be traded to the Steelers during the Shula era? Wasn't Marino supposed to be traded to the Vikings with Jimmy Johnson? Didn't happen. So we can sit back and talk about the what ifs, right? Maybe what if you did hit on the prom queen because she had some, hots for you, but you didn't read it right at that moment and you ruined it. You're going to keep talking about it 20 years later? You know what I mean? So it to me, it just becomes a big waste of time. Lots of things get talked about in the off season. Lots of things are attempted. Some things are attempted. Some things are just talked about. Some things are never attempted but talked about. Who knows? But in the end, he was under contract with the Buccaneers. So they would have to release him in order for him to come here. And Miami would have to give up a boatload of compensation. And you still don't know if it was going to work out or not. Because every time we think it's going to work out, it's Ndamukong Suh. You know what I mean? I can point at things over the years that we thought it was going to work out, and then it didn't end up working out. And then we spend our time for years talking about it. Tom Brady's not here. He's not the quarterback. Sean Payton's not here. He's not the head coach. Was it going to happen? I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. Was it talked about? Maybe. Did it happen? No. We're here. We're with Mike McDaniel. We're here with Tua. Move forward, man. And that's what people love to do. Sit back and waste time with nostalgia. Sit back and waste time with what ifs. Sit back and waste time with hypotheticals. Got to live in the reality, man. I get it. It's great fodder. It's great to read, but there's no substance to it because it never happened. So I don't know how close Tom Brady came to becoming a Dolphin quarterback. I don't know if Brian Flores cock-blocked the whole thing. I have no idea, and I really don't care because I've learned over the years that I can't dwell on what if Hugh Green stays healthy. What if you don't trade Robin Senline for Anthony Carter? You know, I can sit back and talk about all kinds of what ifs that could have happened or maybe didn't happen. So what if Marino does get traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers and Shula pulls the trigger? What if Jimmy Johnson, if Huizinga allows Jimmy Johnson to pull the trigger and trade him to Minnesota? I don't know. You traded for Ricky Williams for what? For one 1,800-yard season? It looked good. It's funny because, you know what's really hilarious about the Ricky Williams era? Everybody looks at it back with, love, with appreciation, all of that. But when you really look at it, it was a terrible trade. You got 2 seasons, one monstrous for the picks. That's it. And then he left to smoke weed. And when he came back, he was a complimentary player. He wasn't a frontline player anymore at that point. Yet there's this, you look back at it like it was this amazing accomplishment. Well, it was an amazing year. But man, you traded 2 first-round picks for 1 year? It's kind of crazy. But that's why, for me, it's, the Tom Brady sound bites, the talk. It's all hot air. None of it means anything. It never happened. He's not the quarterback here. So with our luck, he blows out his knee in the 4th week of the season after everything, because that's been our luck. we think that Saban's going to save us, and we think that Jimmy's going to save us, and we think that Ndamukong Suh's going to save us, and it never works out that way. That's why I almost feel like this is definitely going to work out. Because if Mike McDaniel wasn't your plan A, and if Tua wasn't your plan A, I've seen it over the years. Their plan A's always suck and never work out, even when they're obvious. So with our luck, all of that hypothetical crap probably wouldn't have worked out. But we can waste our time talking about all kinds of what ifs and hypotheticals because that's what we do.